Alexia is a dancer at car shows. She's a star performer, writhing on bonnets like she really means it. Which actually she does. When she's alone, we see her have sex with a car, a particular flame-decaled vehicle that bucks up on its hydraulics in the throes of passion. In the morning, there's a problem. She's pregnant, apparently carrying the car's child. That is the frankly batshit premise of Titane, the art house horror directed by Raw director Julia Ducornau, which took Cannes by storm this year and won the Palme d'Or. It's not hard to see why, because after a disconcerting opening, the next shot is this long, bravura Steadicam sequence that tours a car show, looking with equal interest at these half-naked women dancing around with lots of stuff on display, and also the inner workings of high-performance cars. And I think the comparison that Ducornau is asking us to make is pretty clear. She's saying that for some people, these are both objects of passion or of interest. And that comparison is really personified in Alexia, who has a titanium plate in her head. That's where the name comes from, which stems from a childhood car accident, which apparently is also where her love of cars has come from. After her tryst with the car, Alexia undergoes a series of stunning transformations, having apparently already killed a bunch of people, which really tells you how much plot is stuffed into this movie, at least in the first 30 minutes. She goes on a further spree of violence, and then in a bid to hide her identity, she roughly cuts her hair, and then shaves her eyebrows off and breaks her own nose. She then binds her breast and her kind of pregnancy belly to pass as a man, and tries to pass herself off as, I think maybe it's kind of spoilery to tell you, but yeah, she takes a particular individual who she passes herself off as, apparently with some success, although it's not clear exactly how much. But all of these transformations are really physically difficult and ruinous to her body. The pregnancy and the binding leads to these long scars and stretch marks that crisscross her body, and she starts to leak motor oil from her genitals and from her nipples. These really transgressive images, I think, like really disturbing to watch, that unfold in this kind of cavalcade of brutality throughout the film. And ultimately, I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to take from that. But then again, not all great bits of art have to have a direct meaning that's being communicated to the viewer. Sometimes it's okay to sit back and notice things, just to look at the voice of the filmmaker or of the artist. I noticed, for example, that Alexia is haunted by flames. She has sex with this flame-decaled vehicle, she burns down her house, she ends up finding a kind of tenuous new home with a group of firefighters. Now, I don't know what that means, but I appreciate Ducornau turning her attention towards it, and therefore turning my attention towards it. Maybe it's that fire, while destructive, is also a natural and lively force. Maybe it's that it's something that both destroys and creates. Maybe it's because it's powerful and changeable, like Alexia. I don't know, but I do appreciate that Ducornau is creating these images and then offering them to the viewer with ample room for interpretation. And as far as I'm concerned, in the best possible way, your guess is as good as mine. And it's worth noting that in the middle of all this is Alexia, who is played in a stunning debut by Agathe Rousselle. I hope she has a big career ahead of her. She brings a believable cold passion to the violence of the film, and also a surprising and complex tenderness as she scrambles to make sense of what's happening in her life as it changes so quickly. And in that performance, despite all the spectacle and weird stuff going on, she is the film's best special effect, because she grounds its fantastical elements in this agony of her own making. That's it from me, but as ever, I would love to hear your thoughts on this probably very divisive movie, so let's have a chat in the comments down below. And while I've got you, I have a Patreon, just so you know. If you liked this review and you want Indietrix to remain free of manscaping adverts or shitty anime t-shirt adverts, then consider supporting me on Patreon. It costs about as much as buying a coffee for yourself. Have a good one, and bye for now.